Ed and I met through Green Pastures. I'd met a homeless man and I felt there was something we could do for him. I contacted Green Pastures, and the same week in which I ran Green Pastures, Ed had contacted Green Pastures.
We got together and we met on my driveway. I think it was February 2010, I think it was. Never met before, but we got in the car and we drove over to Southport to meet with Pastor Pete, and we had a good time with him, discussing our individual stories and what we want to do in York. And well, after our initial journey over to Southport and then visits to other partners, we I guess sent some feelers out into churches within York to just say that we were people who were willing to get involved with the homeless community and try and house people, offer some support. And we called a meeting later that summer, and about 35 people turned up from about 8 or 9 different churches within York. So we knew that there was fairly good cross-church support for that kind of project. We got the first property in May 2011. That's when we got the keys, and we eventually we had people to come round and lots of volunteers again from various different churches who came and helped there, and it was about ready, I think, at the end of June to house people. I think one of our big answers to prayer has definitely been with the person who moved on. His name was Chris, and in his final meeting with me, I said to him, is there anyone in your life who you think would like your room, would benefit from an opportunity like you've had? And he said, I've actually just bumped into an old friend who told me that last week he ended up homeless and would really like a room, and so I contacted this person.
I had an interview a few weeks later and I got accepted, and which I think is the best thing that's ever happened to me. It's really sorted my life out for me. Oh, it's like a key working, any problems, anything, I just have to phone him and he'll be straight around to sort it out for me. That's the best thing about it, they don't just leave you on your own means, in that there's help still there for you if you need it. And still a lot of people on streets who can't get nowhere at the moment. There's that many people trying to find places, it's just unreal, it is, honestly. But you don't see it until you're actually in it, You don't really notice these people until you actually go into where you're into homeless, and you find out how many people are actually waiting to get in.
It's made a huge difference, not just having somewhere to come back to and have a base, but also Restore have given me loads of support and loads of help when I've needed it. And I've managed to do things that and think about the future, which before I came here, I wasn't. I was kind of living day by day. If I hadn't had the opportunity to come to a house with Restore York, I really don't know. I mean, the most likely option, I'd still be in a hostel, and at the worst case scenario, I might have ended up back on the streets and gone backwards. Here I'm going forwards.
The people who get involved to serve the charity and to serve the people find that their faith works. And it's been an amazing thing for me that you see an opportunity, you find out you can do something about it, in some ways you just can't help but do it. And I think you can stand around for years saying, Lord, give me the faith to do something spectacular. Why not do something spectacular and see that it works? And that's my experience, that God has been very gracious to everybody who's been involved.